All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. Anthony from Pounded Sports and Mr. Sean Higgs. What's going on, fellas? We got college football week 1. Mr. Sean, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm tweeting out a little live thing here. I just copied and pasted the YouTube, and I'm going to
that's what I'm doing as well. Anthony, what's going on?
Another day in paradise, guys.
All right. Anything you want to say about last week's game? Anything about week 0? We went 3-0, I guess, right? Are we
in free plays? Yeah,
3-0 free plays. So if we sweep today, one viewer receive a free weekend VIP pass. What do you think?
Well, you got to retweet the show first.
Tell them we got to retweet the show.
The first person to retweet it, either from we can't see all the accounts because then we got to go retweet it right now from Tooch's if he's got it posted. Who knows? Tooch. We're lucky Tooch got the room set up on time. We're here. I've tweeted out twice in the last 20 minutes. Go retweet from Tooch, and that the first person will get a weekend from us, and the second person will get it as well because that'll be like the bonus because no one tweeted out last week. So you'll get 2 winners for this week. So 2 people get it. So get on it. Who's in the chat? We got, and if nobody retweets it, we give it right off to David here and the Grizz in the chat on the YouTube. I see.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
I just reposted it too.
All right, and I posted it tagging all 3 of us. All right, let's get into it. We've got 2 games tonight. Auburn -1, Baylor +1. I thought I saw some pick'ems on this game, but look,
before we start, talk about last week. I went 4-0 out of those 5 games, and you guys were right about Western Kentucky. It's the only game I didn't bet was Western Kentucky, and it cashed. So I was a great weekend for me, but it's a new weekend. So
very nice. Yeah, I had Iowa State, Kansas State first half under 24.5. They scored 21 points. Sean had a Kansas rolled versus Fresno State first half -7.5.
And what about my Idaho State guys? What about that? Plus 24.5. Stuck to my guns. Didn't even
plus 24. Went to 30. Should have won outright.
They almost won outright. I know.
At the 11-minute mark or the 9-minute mark, they were up by a touchdown.
Threw 4 interceptions and still almost won.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you, Iowa State is coming back from Ireland. They are playing South Dakota, and South Dakota ranked number 4th in FCS. I would take South Dakota plus 14.5 in this game.
I took a shot.
Yeah,
I grabbed them. They got Iowa next week. It's just a bad spot, travel spot.
Yeah, they're sandwiched between the Iowa game, and they're coming back from Ireland, and they don't blow teams out.
School. That's not easy.
Hey, what did I say about Tooch last week? Look at this guy. Now he's wearing the Iowa shirt. You can't go from Iowa State to Iowa.
I love everybody.
You got to pick one. This is the guy that wears a Yankees jersey and a Mets jersey mixed together. Or a Cubs jersey and a White Sox jersey mixed together.
I got a Cubs,
Only Tooch. Tooch loves everybody.
I do. I'm full of love. Any thoughts? I mean, SEC, look, Auburn is still a good defense, man. I know Baylor's going to have a good offense. Their defense was bad last year. They went 6 straight wins to close the season, Sean, at a total of 57. I think Baylor struggles against the Auburn defense. I'm looking at an under here. What are you thinking?
I took Auburn +2. Excuse me, I took Baylor +2. I still like Baylor here. It's a 1. I have no idea why they started out as a dog. Like, this is straight SEC bias, but on the flip side, you think Auburn would start as the dog, because if they lost, it'd be like, well, they had a tough game on the road against a Big 12 team that won 8 games in a bowl. Like, I'm trying to think how they spin this, that even if Auburn loses, it's still a win. And when another team, if one of the better teams in the SEC loses to Auburn, it's still Auburn's a good team. Hugh Freeze, year 3, was he 5-7 last year? Quarterbacks from Oklahoma. I mean, Oklahoma doesn't let QBs walk, right? Usually people go there and become a quarterback. Now, the one kid left, he went with the coach, Kiffin. But most times people go to Oklahoma to throw the ball. So I don't know how this is an improvement. Baylor's got a 3,000-yard passer, 28, almost 30 touchdowns, a decent running back. More starters. I can't believe they were a dog. Again, could be a sucker play. And there's been plenty of them, right? Too good to be true kind of plays. I get it. Sign me up for Baylor, though.
All right. Anthony?
It's a little too late. I mean, if you like Baylor, you might as well just take the money line. Who's going to bet the +1? I got it at +3. So, I mean, I'm way ahead of the curve. I mean, if Baylor loses, I mean, this is my thing. They either lose by a field goal or they're winning outright. Plain and simple.
Right. You heard
That's
it. I like
my opinion on this game.
I lean towards the under. I don't think Baylor's defense is going to be very good this year, but their offense should be pretty good. Like Sean said, he detailed it right there for you. But Auburn's got a pretty strong defense. All right, moving on to the next game. That game's tipping off in about a half hour, 45 minutes. Georgia Tech at Colorado. Look, Sean, everyone's waiting to see how Deion Sanders' team will be after losing Travis Hunter and his boys to the NFL. He's got Caden Salter coming over to quarterback, a former Liberty quarterback, to take Shadur's spot. Left tackle Jordan Seaton for the Buffalo should be a first-round pick. Georgia Tech's offense is good, man, with Haynes King and Jamal Haynes. Two big play guys. Good defense at Georgia Tech should be okay. They were returning only 4 of 11 starters, though. Any thoughts? Georgia Tech a road favorite, Colorado a home dog.
It's tough taking a road fave, but I did. I took Georgia Tech -3.5. I have under 56.5. So it worked out my favor there. Well, again, it's down to 50 now. Wow. Colorado loses a Heisman player on both sides of the ball, a NFL quarterback. Now, I don't think he should have been a number for, they thought he was a first rounder. He was probably a 3rd round pick. Let's be honest. He's probably a 3rd round kind of guy. He went 4th round again. I don't think it's terrible.
5th round.
They make a huge deal out of this. Let's be honest. His father, and I love primetime, and thank goodness he's healthy. I mean, the guy was a great player. He's a motivator, coach, gets recruits in. He basically said his son was going to play for a bunch of teams. So you're gonna slide a little bit in people's book. So I think people forget about that. And here you're with Deion, had his cancer scare, wasn't around the team. You were coaching your kid since he was 2. Now you got another guy in there. Again, I don't know how that's going to respond. I mean, the win total again came down. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think he's been there long enough to have the depth to replace NFL first-round Heisman Trophy winner wide receiver or defensive back. Let's say wide. I think he was better wide receiver, but he was great on defense as well. I mean, do they have somebody else coming in? They got another guy going to be an NFL player on either side of the ball filling those 2 shoes? I don't think so. Where Georgia Tech is an established squad. They're getting better. I mean, we go back to last year, right, guys? We all like Georgia Tech against Florida State. This is a team getting better. And Colorado will get better. They still have a lot of as they say, what did Parcells say? You gotta let me do the shopping to fill the cabin, the pantry up.
Right.
It takes more than 2 years to get depth and stuff.
He can recruit, though.
Yeah.
Anthony,
he's got Leftwich. Leftwich is a coach here, right? Brian Leftwich.
Yep.
Marshall Faulk's here. Zimmerman, who's a decent coach for Viking. I mean, he brings in the NFL cats. It's good, but if you don't have NFL players, I don't know how it's going to transpire. I mean, how'd that work out for Stanford the other night with their NFL quarterbacks helping them? You need talent. You need
Yep.
talent. Give me Tech. Give me Tech here.
I
Their
think there's going to be a
defense-
lot of pressure on the quarterback of Colorado. He's going to be running for his life just like Shador was. It's not going to be any different. This Georgia Tech defense is no defense to sleep on. On top of that, Georgia Tech offense, I mean, they're going to run wild on this Colorado defense. They're not established. I mean, there's nothing to even look at Colorado. I mean, I still can't believe it's still at the 4 mark. It goes 4.5, 4, 3.5, back to 4. I'm saying Georgia Tech double digit, to be honest with you. I mean, I
think so.
I am blown away with this 4 line. I mean, somebody did something wrong at the line making that 4. I've listened to so many people, and not one person has said Colorado. Not one. And even the people that are like, they think they're like the sharpest people on the planet. Oh, they even like Georgia Tech. So this is Georgia Tech written all over. I mean, don't overthink it. It's one of those games where just don't overthink it. It's probably going to be one of the easiest. I mean, let's hope it's going to be one of the easiest bets of the weekend. So it's Georgia Tech or nothing.
I agree.
All right. Let's see. Georgia Tech took Georgia to 5 overtimes last year, almost beat them.
But that was also a rivalry. I mean, a rivalry, and it doesn't matter how bad one team is when it comes to a rivalry. They just for some reason they always play to their best. And Georgia Tech should have won that game. I actually had money on Georgia that game. So for the fact that, I mean, I'll be the first one to say it. Georgia Tech should have won that game many, many times.
All right, man. The game everyone's waiting to watch tomorrow, the prime matchup, marquee matchup, high noon, Texas rolling into Ohio State. Texas, I think this line flipped, man. Is Texas a dog now?
It's a pick 'em plus
Is it a pick 'em
one.
now?
It depends where you go. I mean, there's no wrong answer where you're at.
Yeah. It's going to be a close one.
At the end of the day, it's a -110, -115, or a -105. It depends on what book you use.
That the Longhorns, preseason #1 college football team in the U.S., they're rolling in to play the national champs, Sean. But the Texas defense should be really good. Quarterback Arch Manning should be really good. Got Steve Sarkisian and company. Ohio State bringing a freshman, first-year quarterback, Julian Sion. Man, a first-time quarterback in a giant game versus that Texas defense. That Texas offensive line should create a lot of pressure on Ohio State. Ryan Day and company may start a little slow. Ohio State's defense should still be pretty good. Maybe looking at an under here as well. I like Texas to win this one, though. Just the talent. I mean, Ohio State, they have a lot of talent, too. But, man, Texas, they got the better quarterback. I think they have the better defense. Sean, what do you think here?
Well, I mean, listen, you mentioned it already. We got a new quarterback versus an established Texas defense. Well, Ohio State's got quarterback. You know, Arch Manning, a lot of hype on the guy. He's thrown what, 200 passes. It's not like this guy
games. Yeah,
you know, it's not like he's got some huge resume behind him. He's got a name and a lot of hype behind him. Who knows? All that being said, you have revenge from last year. I think a little better team all around. Like, what are we going to talk about here? Guys go to the NFL? Well, both of these teams are going to lose 20 guys to the NFL, and they're going to bring in 25 guys who are 4- and 5-star recruits, and 11 of them will be in the NFL. So that's kind of like an equal wash. What I don't like here, and this will talk about, I mean, I don't know if we're getting to like an Alabama game in this series or LSU Clemson. The urgency and a must-win is gone. If Texas loses to Ohio State on the road and goes and runs the table in the SEC and has one loss and they lose the championship game or something. They have 2 losses because they lose to someone and they're getting into the playoffs. If Ohio State loses here to Texas, who's the preseason #1 or 2 team behind Penn State.
Yep.
And they get better as the season goes on. And they have 2 losses. Are they not getting to the playoffs? They're going to the playoffs. If they have 3 losses, they might go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you want to run and bet a side on this one? I wouldn't, because I think it's a coin flip. I think Texas is a more established team. The total, I think, has moved 4 points since the opener, which makes sense to me. I'd still probably look at an under, but this will, 24-23, 24-20. You're right at where you're going to get screwed from what the opening number was. It lands on 50 and you're done because you didn't get the 51.5, 53, or whatever it opened at. So I'd go under first before I take a side, just because if they're down 20, who cares? Whatever, guys. Let's just get out of here without getting hurt and regroup. I don't like that overall for football. This would be a great game 5 years ago, 3 years ago. You lose, you're out. Not now.
Yep, opening day.
You can lose again. You could probably lose 3 times because you're gonna if you lose and get in the playoffs. That's again, old man yelling the clouds. There you go.
Yeah, if this game was later on in the season, both teams have like 8 wins. It might be a different story. Anthony,
exactly.
Thoughts on opening day with a really good game, man? Lots of NFL talent sprinkled all over the field.
I feel like whoever makes the least amount of mistakes wins this game. It's a coin flip game. Did I bet it? Yes. I took Texas. I can't take the total. It's just one of those games where I bet it. Nothing crazy. But I got to go with Texas. Part of me says Arch Manning's going to have a horrible game. But then on the other end, part of me says Ohio State's going to be sloppy, turnovers. It's going to be one of those headlines where ESPN's going to just run with it for the next week and a half until Ohio State plays and be like, oh, Ohio State, that's sloppy. So many turnovers. So I'm going to go with Texas just because of Arch Manning has more experience at quarterback.
He's got the
I
pedigree.
feel like better coaching, just all around, just more talent than Ohio State. Ohio State just got depleted, absolutely.
They're the national champs. There's not, like Sean said, the urgency.
And honestly, I think the best thing for Texas is getting rid of Quinn Ewers. I was not sold. I think that dude was the biggest bust on the planet next to Anthony Richardson. So I think Arch Manning is a huge upgrade to Quinn Ewers. He just needs the reps. And throwing him out here, we'll see what happens. I'm sure there's a lot of play calling based on his ability. So give me Texas here.
I think I might look at his name escapes me, but the wide receiver on Texas over receiving yards here. Maybe Arch Manning, an anytime touchdown. I might look at that too. All right, moving on to another game on the weekend, set to start tomorrow. Kalen DeBoer at Mike Norville. Alabama heading into Florida State. There's a lot of SEC, ACC battles, Sean. Alabama pissed off from missing the playoffs last year. 9-win season, snapped a streak of 16 straight double-digit win seasons. Kalen DeBoer in his third year, I think.
Third year,
and everywhere he's gone in the third year, he has improved by 3 games. I think Alabama's going to be really good this season. Ryan Williams, tough to stop at wide receiver. Their defense, always good. Their offensive line, always good. The coaching is good. Florida State was a preseason top 10 team last season. They fell 1-7 in the conference. 14 points on the road, though. Sean, what are you thinking?
Well, we're just talking about Ohio State with a new quarterback. Who's quarterback in Alabama? Brand new cat as well.
Ty Simpson.
I think it's just a little different kind of animal here, though, with Alabama, because you're off not an Alabama year. Anywhere else, okay, that's not good enough here. I think they'll be licking their chops to get off on a good foot. And Florida State, I don't know. Norville versus DeBoer, I don't think it's even close when it comes to head coaches.
Yep.
Norville's done nothing. We could blame injuries. The guy had one good year with a quarterback. It wasn't even his guy. Last year's total debacle. You like to see a guy get a shot at a big program, right? They recruit good. They score some upset wins like he was at Memphis. You see some guys get their shot at big schools, and they don't succeed at the big school. They're better on that kind of mid-major level where they're outside the top 10. They upset a game or two. They win their conference, and you want to get them in a bowl game. I don't know if he's Florida State kind of material. I don't know if he's good enough to coach here. I think Bama, I'm with you here. Bama by 20.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Alternate line.
They've had an NFL. I was watching on Netflix, whatever Swamp Gators or whatever about the Florida Gators back in the early 2000s there, and that's when Alabama started getting good in 07, 08, and then the commentator's like Alabama's got a bunch of NFL guys on defense. Nothing's changed in 13 years, and Alabama still has
NFL guys.
The NFL defensive players.
Yeah,
right? They can work around an offense. This defense is going to maul Florida State. That's the difference. That is the difference.
Yep. Florida State's defense should be pretty good too, Sean. I mean,
but it's not on that level though. I mean,
no. The reason why I like Ty Simpson. I'm a Jalen Milroe fan last year. I enjoyed watching him play, but Ty Simpson fit. He's a pocket passer more. He fits Kalen DeBoer's system. You think back at Washington, he had Michael Penix, who wasn't a scrambler, he was a pocket passer as well. The game manager is going to run that offensive system a little better than Jalen Milroe, I think. And then, man, you're throwing to Ryan Williams, who'd be an NFL wide receiver as soon as he comes out. Anthony, I know you like Alabama here. You're not a fan of the Florida teams in your backyard. You know them better than all of us. What do you think?
Florida State's trash. Let's just be honest here. I mean, this has to go in one of my top 5 favorite plays of the weekend.
I agree.
Alabama. I mean, You throw Georgia Tech in there, Alabama, and one of the games I think we're going to be talking about is going to be my second favorite play of the weekend.
Yep.
But this is definitely up there. Don't overthink. I think Bama. I mean, this is where Bama's going to be up 24, 27, and then they're probably going to win by like 20, like Sean said. But yeah, I mean, this is just bad.
All right. Any thoughts on the total, guys?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of Florida State too much. So, I mean, I really can't even say over. I don't know. To be honest, a lot of these games that there's so much unknowns. That's what I hate about week 0, week 1. There's so much unknown that it's hard to go with the total.
Yeah, the Florida State's quarterback is a Boston College transfer, Tommy Castellanos. He can run too. It'll be interesting to watch him see him. But Alabama's defense, man, there's just a different league.
Yeah, I can't run versus Alabama defense.
SEC versus ACC, you gotta lean SEC.
Yeah.
Not so in the next game with Dabo and taking on LSU at home of -4. I think there's -3.5 now out there. Sean, can we get a -3.5 on this game?
I believe there's 3.5 out there.
They're out there.
All right. Total of 57. All right, we got
actually, you know what? This has gone back up to 4 now. No, these are straight 4s.
Oh.
Believe it or not. And
earlier
and 4.5.
Earlier there was 3.5.
This morning it was 3.5. This was 3.5 this morning.
All right, people like Clemson, that defensive line. Clemson in the trenches is going to be really good this year. They have a good offensive line. They have an excellent defensive line. Cade Klubnik comes back. He'll be get some NFL looks, if not a first-round draft pick. I like Clemson in this one at home. Dabo and company. Sean, what do you think?
I'm torn here because I like LSU because you have a quarterback who everybody thinks is a Heisman kind of guy. So if you got that, you think you'd have a puncher's chance in the game.
Yep.
I want to say the absolute mortal mega lock. What's it called? You won't lose the bag. Is just
Mega Max Whale.
Goat whale.
Would be just, if you just find action, on the Tigers to win, you'll be set for life. Just bet the Tigers to win because they're going to win.
Garrett Nussmeier.
I just don't know which Tigers are going to be here. I don't know which one because LSU's got one offensive lineman back versus a good Clemson defense. Brian Kelly never wins.
0 for 3 in week 1.
And Dabo is 17-0 and 14-3 straight up or 14-3 ATS in week 1s. And I'm locked in here because I got an under 57.5. I'm looking at it right now to bet it. But I'm thinking to myself,
if we're going to talk about week 1s, Ohio State's won 17 straight weeks of week 1s. But there's also the average spread is 25.
I forgot who they played last. Kent State last year or something.
I was going to say the average spread in those 17 years is
who do they play? You get wrapped up into this.
Yeah.
nonsense of look at this. They beat
I'm
week
gonna
1 and week 2. Look at these matchups.
I'm going to tell you how Clemson's going to win this game. Pressure on the quarterback. LSU has a whole new offensive line.
One returning starter on the line.
Yeah, one. Like I said, like the whole new.
And that's why I'm like, maybe they don't score, and 57.5 should be a good thing. But all it takes is this guy gets sacked, and he strip sack, fumble, and next thing you know, it's 34-10 at the half, and you're like 57. This game, they're going to score 60, just because you're going to wear down the other team, and you're going to break a couple in the fourth quarter. I'm a little torn here now. I want to do it under 57.5.
I love
I do like LSU in the points, but
yeah, I love LSU. Don't get me wrong, but the reconstruction of the offensive line. I mean, as I'm sure there's a lot of people in this chat that are Bear fans. Nobody knows a bad offensive line more than Bear fans. So
That's right.
Think of a Bears offensive line on LSU versus a full ready to go Clemson defensive line. That's the best way to put it. Got to go Clemson here. I don't care. I'll lay the 4 points.
Yeah, my worry is a backdoor cover here. But then you have the ACC SEC factor as well. Sean has a play on the total.
I do like the under.
Yeah,
I do like it.
I do too.
I do like LSU as well. I just I don't know if I can get to the window with it.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the next game. We got a little Sunday action with Notre Dame at Miami. Notre Dame should be pretty good this season. Let's see. Got a Notre Dame laying 3 at Miami. The Hurricanes, a total of 51. Anthony, any thoughts on the Hurricanes? Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, came up just a little short of the national title last year versus versus Ohio State.
Well, one thing I do know, Miami's defense definitely improved from last year, because last year was an absolute dumpster fire. But Notre Dame just got depleted in the pro draft, so this is not the Notre Dame team that we know of. But And they're going to continue run the ball, and I feel like they can run the ball in this Miami defense, this front four. But this game is honestly probably the most toss-up game out of all the games we're going to be talking about tonight, and I really don't even know, because I want to bet it, but it's like I don't have. There's no edge for me. It's like I want to take the +3, but Notre Dame is clearly the better team on paper. I'm probably just going to sit this one out, but if I was going to bet it, I'll probably take Miami +3 on this one.
People are going to watch Jeremiah Love, a really good running back this season. They'll be watching for him. Sean, any thoughts on the Irish versus the Hurricanes, a classic matchup? Coach Marcus Freeman for Notre Dame took him for a long way last year. This year, maybe like my aunt Anthony said, they did lose some players, different team.
Listen, Freeman is so much better than Cristobal. It's not even close, number one. So we got that working for us. And, we used to do this a couple of years ago, and I had my old Canes banner hanging behind me. I took it off the wall. My son took it upstairs. So I'm a Canes guy. You see, listen, I got the Schnellenberger mini helmet up there. I hear people like, Notre Dame's 0-6 against Miami in Miami. Well, yeah, 2017 they lost to, I guess Miami was pretty good in 2017. I don't remember who was the quarterback back then for Miami. It was whoever. And then before that, it was all in the 80s they lost to Miami. How the heck are you going to think that has anything to do with these teams right here? The Miami team last year, if it wasn't for Cam Ward, they would have lost that Cal game. If he didn't take, how many games did he probably snatch out of the jaws or the hands of Cristobal's stupid decision-making and turn into a win?
6.
Listen, Beck's a winner. I'm not saying Beck's a bad quarterback, but he's not running anywhere.
He's no Cam Ward, that's for sure. No.
He's gonna fast walk to an ATM machine and be a 7th round pick and make $1 million. That's about all he's got going for him.
He's only sliding into people's DMs. That's the only thing he's sliding.
This is and you have what? You got a new quarterback for the Irish, so conservative play calling, right? They're going to want to run the ball. defense. First start in Miami, tough. Hello, it's Sunday. I got what 90% humidity. Under. I do sort of like Notre Dame, but my favorite spot here is the under. You got Beck with young receivers.
Yep.
See how that works out. And I got a new quarterback on the other side with a powerful running game. That's conservative play calling to me. 51. Man, 41. Give me the under.
Yeah, good. Good thing.
I can't touch the under because I don't trust either defense. Neither defense is established. Carson Beck can easily just throw a 70-yard bomb to some of these receivers and boom, touchdown. And then Notre Dame will just run the ball for a 50-yard run. So, I don't trust the under 51. This is probably the most unknown game of the weekend, in my opinion, side and total, because these guys can easily just throw trading touchdowns. The defense could be absolute crap. I don't think this is going to be I really don't think this is going to be one of those normal Notre Dame games where you just pound the ball, because Miami's going to air it out. And with the new quarterback, they're going to probably run the ball, like you said, conservative, and then they're going to take them shots. And it wouldn't surprise me if they hit most of them because Miami's defensive backs might be one of the worst still. So we'll see.
I'm going to lean Irish in this one, but I also like the under. CJ Carr for the Fighting Irish, the former Michigan quarterback, I think, Sean, right?
Carr, yeah. That's what. Where the hell was he at? I don't know.
Was he at Michigan?
I know who's the other guys in. Who's a Ouija? He's somewhere else.
Wagalele. No,
I don't know where all these cats. They transfer so much.
How did he make the NFL? I'm sure he's playing. But who the heck would even invite him to training camp?
Jay says no, not former Michigan for CJ Carr. I forget where CJ came from. Sean likes the under here. Anthony and I no play on it. I would lean under though too. All right. Any other thoughts? Any thoughts on Bill Belichick? Sean making his coaching debut for North Carolina versus TCU at home versus TCU is a 3.5-point dog.
I would take.
Well, TCU. I got TCU minus 118. So, but actually, that's a lie. I got my plus 115. I have a plus 115. What? Lloyd Carr's grandson, the old Michigan guy.
Yeah, that's why I had the Michigan in my head, but.
I was thinking Derek Carr's kid or something.
I don't think he's that old. Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
In NFL years, he's old. He's a fossil, but I don't think he's a real person. I think he's only 36, 38.
How? Belichick is. Forget about the fact that he's knocking down a 25-year-old. Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, what is he? Carson Beck. He's old too, right?
Let's be honest. These kids, do they even know who the hell he is? These kids were literally 3 years old when he was winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, when was his last Super Bowl? It was a long time.
Well, his first one was what? I know 3. Really? Do these guys even matter to him?
No. He's going to have a horrible year in North Carolina. Mark my word on that one.
It's not, Dion comes in there with 2 18-year-old kids. His sons are 20. He's kind of there's no mistake in Dion and Belichick.
Comes in with an 18-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, how is he recruiting?
Maybe his girlfriend's
recruiting. You went from 70-year-old. What's his name? Who's it? Mac Brown, right? You go from Mac Brown to Belichick. Who's next? You're gonna after Belichick leaves in 2 years. You're bringing 75-year-old
Pat
Carroll.
Pat Summerall.
Pete Carroll right off into the sunset of North Carolina. Anthony likes TCU here, right?
I can't.
This is a pure fate of Belichick. I think he's going to be.
I know this is a Bears chat. I really should go to a North Carolina chat. I want to how are you excited about Belichick? He didn't want to pay. He didn't want to pay offensive players in the NFL when he didn't have to write the check. He didn't want to play for wide receivers
bad
and
of a
running backs.
coach, and nobody wanted to play for him after Brady left. That team was a disaster, absolute disaster. What do you think he's going to be good in college? If Tom Brady wasn't there, he would never have won a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. How about remembering the years that the Patriots, how many games they were bad, but the Patriots, Tom Brady would revive that game. It wasn't Belichick. The game plan, Patriots were down 14-3 at halftime, and Tom Brady would bring him back. He would ignore the damn play calling.
The one time the dude had a wide receiver in Randy Moss, they went undefeated and lost the Super Bowl on a free play where a guy caught a ball on his helmet, and then it was literally like out of the fingertips of their wide receiver.
Yep.
I mean, and now you're going to a college level where you have to pay to get recruits. He didn't want to pay when he had the best quarterback of football. How is he going to survive here?
This is TCU.
Yeah, he's not going to be long for a coaching job there. It feels like a hobby, doesn't it, Sean, for him?
It doesn't make sense. Like, listen, Deion could come in. He's younger.
Yeah.
He was flashy anyway as a player. So Belichick comes in grumpy like a guy who's gonna. I'm not leaving the sideline. I'm gonna piss my pants. I don't care. I'm not walking over I don't care. There's a porta john there. I'm not leaving. How's that? Again? And I'm old school. Bring back Bobby Knight and these old coaches and the Tom Landry type guys. But these kids today, they can't relate to Bill Belichick as a coach.
All right, we got a few minutes left for Sean to bash the Bears a little bit. The Packers signed Micah Parsons. Has that Bears win total gone down now a little bit at the Packers? It was 8.5. It's got to be 7.5 now, I think.
They were losing to the Packers anyway.
Let me put it this way: Micah Parsons will be hurt by week 6, so it's not even going to matter.
And I'm a Cowboy guy. We know this, right? You see, I got my Randy White behind me there.
Yep.
You win in this league, you've seen it. Unless you have some elite quarterback who's making plays, you want a cheap quarterback, and then you can't pay this guy $190 million for a Cowboy team that has no running back still. No running back. Offensive line's banged up. You got a coach, unproven, first coaching gig. The defense was terrible last year with Parsons. It was terrible when he played. Who cares that he had 20 sacks or whatever? Yeah, he's great. For this team, it would make a difference. Where are they going? Is this a Super Bowl team this year? Dallas? No, it's not. Next year? I don't think so. I mean, you got Philly. I think Green Bay's better. Maybe someone else takes a step forward, whether it be Minnesota or maybe it's the Bears or the Redskins. I don't know what young quarterback. I'm not paying. Now you have 2 first-round picks next year in the first round. And even, listen, Green Bay was going to be a 20th round pick anyway, or not 20th round, but a late rounder anyway. They're going to win 12 games. They're a good team. But now you can maybe, if you want to trade up, you could trade up your team pick and their 20th to the top 10. You say, screw it. We got 2 picks. We're going to have 2 decent first rounders this year and 2 decent first rounders next year and build some depth. They're not going anywhere. They won't win the Super Bowl this year.
Yep, it was a good trade for Dallas.
We're all in. You're all in with George Pickens and no running back and a bad offensive line. All right.
And the Packers are paying this dude $47.7 million per year. Tell me that is like, I'm sorry. He's not worth it.
Well, I saw something they posted. They said, Green Bay offers $48 million, Cowboys offers $40, and the agent was like, we're taking a 48. It's a no-brainer. And it comes out after taxes to $900,000. It's $900,000 because there's no state income tax in Texas.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not getting taxed on that. He's only getting taxed on whatever. And yet, Wisconsin has different kind of taxes.
Yeah.
So for $900,000, you patted over $900,000.
Oh, trust me. I'm sure the Cowboys they'll be fine. It was a great trade by Jerry Jones. Great trade. If anyone thinks otherwise.
It's tough to been a great player.
Plus, he got a player back in return, Kenny Clark, on the defensive line. So,
great trade.
Bears win total is still at 8.5. Sean, I was trying to find
Under. What are we doing here?
Is it 7.5 now?
Yeah. Let's just look. I mean, do we got to go through their schedule again? And I have to tell you guys how bad it is. I mean,
it's a really hard schedule. In fact,
I'm
they're
just gonna
facing
go
they're facing 11 of the top 18 pass rushers in the NFL this season. With
you open
no
on
left
Monday
tackle.
night again. Can you win Monday night against a rookie? Because he's a rookie, he hasn't started a game yet. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm going to give the coach an edge to the guy on the other side. He's pretty good in the pick 'em. The next week, short week in Detroit, who's probably going to be off a loss to Green Bay.
Yep.
You're 0-2. Then you got the Cowboys at home, which even without Mike, I mean,
I think Cowboys still win.
I'll take the give me the over in that game.
Taking over. It's a shootout. I'm going to I'll lean to Dak to put some yardage up. At the Raiders, people write the Raiders off. You have Bill Peacock's a Hall of Fame coach.
Yep.
And Gino's a solid quarterback. He was decent. He's better than half the league.
Yep.
And you got a running back.
Chip Kelly on offensive coordinator there.
You got a defensive player. That's you're going on the road with your own rookie basically quarterback. That's another loss. At Washington.
That's a loss. Yep.
You better beat the Saints at home. You'll beat the Saints.
Yep.
You're going to lose to the Ravens. You'll lose to the Bengals on the road. You should beat the Giants at home.
I don't know.
And even that's not a given.
The
That's
Giants,
not a given.
The Giants are going to be a lot
defense.
better than people think.
Give me the under in that game.
I'll take the Giants.
You got Minnesota. Again, let's give them a split against Minnesota because I don't know how J.J. McCarthy's going to be. So now you're looking at best, we'll give them 2 wins or 3 wins. Saints, the split versus the Vikings and the Giants. That's 3. Steelers.
Bear down.
I know.
Bear down, Bears fans.
I'm sorry. Steelers. I say, you know what? You might beat the Steelers because I don't know who's quarterback in that club.
That franchise right now.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback.
Yeah, but is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be healthy on Thanksgiving? I don't know where that guy's going to be.
Is there a prop that Aaron Rodgers is going to play the whole season? I would say no.
At the Eagles is a loss. At Green Bay is a loss. Cleveland at home should be a win.
That'll be a win. At that time of the season, that'll be a win.
Yep.
And now here's where it gets tricky. So you got 5 wins. You're home versus the Packers, at Niners, and home versus the Lions. Packers and Lions. I mean, the Lions, the last game, that could be a nothing for them. They could be in the playoffs, but they could be playing for a division. At Niners, the Niners are going to be playing for some kind of home field, whether it's
that team's going to be horrible this year. Horrible.
The Niners?
I am not sold on the Niners.
Oh, they're going to be good. They'll be much improved this year.
I got to see it to believe it. Not sold.
I think the Rams are going to lose Stafford. That team's going to win 3 games. I'm not sold on Seattle. I don't know again on that. And until Murray does something, maybe that's the breakout team.
There's some
wins. But the
there.
Niners, if you go to strength of schedule, which is that's based on
Niners
last year.
An easy schedule.
It looks easy, but you know what? Everybody who played the Niners last year thought you're going to have a loss because the Niners were good. You get some injuries, it doesn't turn into an easy schedule.
Yep.
Technical purposes, the Niners should win 12 games with ease going away. But again, 5 wins, maybe 6.
Yep.
And then here you are again. So
8
now
wins, you're still under the number.
I mean, I know the Bear fans don't want to hear this, though. I mean, you think you're going to win the toss-up games, and you might have 5 wins turn into 8. And if you get 8 wins, you got to be feeling really good. If it's a 5-win team again, what's your coach going to say? Well, we got to work on some things here, blah blah blah. And then next year they win 7 or 8. He might be like, this isn't my quarterback. The quarterback's not taking a step. I've had him for 2 years. He's not developing my system. He's never my guy. He was somebody else's guy.
Yeah.
He didn't draft him. That's the problem when a coach comes into a quarterback. It's never his guy. I need my guy in here.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the excuse, certainly.
It will be an excuse, but truly, he came to Chicago because
he did say he wanted to coach Caleb Williams.
He did say that, but
it
will be the excuse.
Yeah, the backup quarterback is running the system better than the starting quarterback at the moment. However, the Bears played the Chiefs in their final preseason game. They were down 20-3 at halftime. The Bears won versus the Chiefs won. I think 20-3. If that's a little bit more of what where the Bears are, I think than 38-0. They beat the Bills they're not going to beat the Bills 38.
Well, the Bills didn't play their starters that
No,
game.
they didn't play the starters.
I mean, they played the backups. You better beat the Bills 38-0 with the backups in.
Yep.
I mean, damn.
Yeah, I know, and it's the first year in this new system. Caleb's in a new system. Ben Johnson, first time head coach. It's not going to be pretty. I would lean under as well for win total. If they get to 8, I think it's an improvement. Would they win 5 last year, Sean? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they asking them to get to 8 from a 5-win season is a lot.
With this schedule, with last year's schedule is doable, but this year's schedule, I mean, realistically, they could have got to 8. How many games did they blow on the coaching side? Let's just be real. And that's oh my gosh,
10 game losing streak.
Holy crap!
They were 4-2 when they went in to play the Commanders.
5-2.
And the Commanders got 4-2. They got the Hail Mary to win it in that game.
So that was one. There was another game
on a 10 game losing streak after that.
I think there was about 3 or 4 games that were very winnable in that 10-game losing streak.
Yep. So. All right, let's get to some free plays. Let me see. I think we have. Don't we have a free? Yeah, we have a free play thing going here. All right, hold on. All right, Anthony's free play. We got it right here. Old Dominion plus 24 versus Indiana. Is that in Indiana? I think it's at Indiana. Okay.
Yep.
Minus 110. That game is tomorrow. And Sean has Notre Dame, Miami under 47.5. I really like that play. And my free play will be Clemson minus 4 at home versus LSU. All right, fellas, any final thoughts before we get out of here until next Friday?
I think we're going to be a lot more upsets this week than last week. I think last week, when we thought of, it came true. This week, what we thought, probably not going to come true.
Yep. Sean, God, I was going to ask you. I forgot now. All right, well, next week we'll have a little bit better idea of what the teams are. I had something I wanted to say that was really good, but now I forgot. All right, I'll let you guys get out of here. Thanks again, Sean and Anthony, Pounded Sports. We will see you next week on the Barroom Network. Thank you.